Hi, okay, I think you're going to have a breakthrough with somebody, okay, but I think it's going to be really, really, really unexpected. I've got an energy of someone you're connected into who is absolutely terrified that you will reject them, but they don't want to go another day without you, okay? But they're silent because they know, I feel what's going on here is they're kind of living in their head a bit, almost thinking, well, you know, they'll have me back and it's not over and all of this. But they are terrified that if they contact you and you say no, that really is it, okay? They're very, very, very fearful, okay? I feel that they will just suddenly come in out the blue, okay? Their curiosity is going to get the better of them. So I'm going to have a look today what else they'd like to say, any challenges, and anything else you need to know about this, because I think it's a given. I feel this person is coming back in. I feel they're going to tell you that they were frightened of some form of commitment. Okay, now if you were in a longer term relationship with them, sometimes what can happen is people get triggered by something, okay, and then all their sort of commitment issues come up to the fore, but they are terrified you will reject them. So let's have a look, let's see what else we can get. Main thing is though, are you well? That is the main thing. As long as you're okay, that's all that really matters. All right, if you'd like a reading, click on the title of the video, links are below in the description box. Okay, everything's on the website, and check out the free relationship report as well. And thank you so much for all your comments and your likes and your support. I do read every single one of my comments and I send you so much love. Just keep being the amazing person that you are, okay? Don't ever forget that anyone is lucky to have you. Right, let's see what else they've been hiding, shall we? I almost feel they're shaking, but what I'm really getting is they're living in this dream world, that they're imagining that you're back together, okay? But they're so terrified of sending that message, or if they're blocked, getting hold of you somehow. People always do. That their reality, you know, their bubble's going to burst. That's what I'm trying to say. Their bubble's going to burst, okay? Elusive, right. So in the past, this person that you are connected into was elusive. They could have lied to you. There was some dishonesty, some deception, and some trickery. That is why you have them blocked, or you're just getting on with your own stuff now. They caused pain. Now they are scared. I'm just reading the cards along here. They're scared that you will reject them because of this dishonesty and this trickery. Why can't they go another day without you? Ah, interesting, right. Bluff cards here. So this was the one that came out. Can't go another day without you. They can't pretend anymore. This is all about pretending and wearing a mask. So they're going about their day, whatever they're doing, pretending that they have no feelings for you, that it's all done and over, and they don't care. It's killing them. Okay, this is why it's suddenly just going to go pop. They're just going to literally get hold of you in some shape or form. They can't pretend anymore. You know, they cannot pretend that they don't want to speak to you. Okay. I'm just hearing that, going back to the past, I'm hearing that somebody got you caught up in a web of lies that was nothing to do with you. You got dragged into something. You got caught up in a situation where maybe you lied for your ex at some point, or something, or you defended them, but then you ended up caught in sort of a web of lies, and nobody came to save you. That's what I'm hearing. Nobody came to save you. Right. I'm afraid of commitment. Why? Right. Okay. I feel that because what they do when they're afraid of commitment is they don't tell you the truth, okay? But this card with afraid of commitment is the clarity card, and it's coming into the future. So I feel that they are going to tell you the truth and be honest about why they are afraid of commitment. Now, I feel today, whoever this is for, that you actually have a pretty good idea why this is, and even possibly tried to talk about it with them, okay? Like I say, I do feel you being very kind, easygoing about situations, but then there was just this web that just kind of, and then you were kind of stuck in it, and nobody came to get you out of it. Almost like you were stuck in a spider's web, but not of your own making. Now, they're going to be truthful about why they're frightened of commitment, okay? I feel that you, okay, here watching today, you got, there's a saying, not the bad end of the stick. Yeah, you got, as we say here, okay, the UK, you got the mucky, I mean it's dirty, so it's an English word, mucky, the mucky end of the stick that had nothing to do with you. So that means that you ended up being the one that tried to help your person, gave them a chance for a better life, but because of what had happened before, you ended up with the stick. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't your issue to solve, it wasn't your problem to solve, but unfortunately your ex didn't address it. Okay, they didn't address it. Right, let us see what else we have got. Let's get 3 cards, please, this deck. Let's see what we've got. Open heart, yes. Now this is the past. So in the past, okay, you got into this web. They were dishonest. They deceived you, and they did trick you. That's come out. So that is what happened. But also, the open heart's come out. So you were very empathetic. You were very receptive to your ex. You were very vulnerable, not in a needy way, but you were honest. You know when someone's just open and they'll say, oh yeah, that happened to me, or, this is how I feel and this hurt me, but I'm willing to work on it. You opened your heart, you gave, they crossed your boundaries. They took your empathy and your vulnerability for weakness. They did not expect you to rise out of said ashes like a phoenix on fire. Okay? They didn't expect that at all. That is why I really feel that they can't go another day without you, and they're so scared that you will reject them, because it's almost like that energy, they fed you to the wolves kind of thing. There was just this web of deceit and lies and trickery. You ended up in the middle of it all, and it was nothing to do with you. That's what I'm hearing. Nothing to do with you. Pain. So clarifying, I can't go another day without you, and they're pretending is pain. There we go. Very clear today, this energy. Really, really clear. Very specific but clear. They're apprehensive, afraid and cautious. Yeah. What's one more for the 3rd row, please? Right, that's cool. In a way, we've gotten some answers. So, the afraid of commitment, okay? They want to tell you the truth, the clarity, the honesty, and what they want to tell you is why they run off. Okay, they're a runner. But more than that, they run off and leave a mess. They would like to tell you why they avoided you. They would like to tell you why they blocked you and why they pushed you away. That's what really hurt, is they pushed you away. You were very, very empathetic, kind and giving when they needed you, whatever went on here. but at some point you helped them and then you needed them and then they just gone. Okay, so that is what is going to happen. Now this, I feel, will be sudden. All right, you see, the I can't go another day without you card is self-explanatory. It's a, that's it, I'm dropping the mask, I can't stand it, I'm going to have to take the bull by the horns, as people say. You know, I've got nothing to lose now, I'm miserable, I've mightily messed this up, I've lied and lied and lied and lied, and at least I'll know, okay? Because at the moment I feel that this person you're connected into, their life's kind of on hold a bit. You know, they're doing their thing, they're doing what they're doing, they're getting up, they're functioning, maybe they're in another relationship, whatever they're doing, but they're not, their physical body's present, but their heart and their soul and their imagination, because that creates your reality, is elsewhere, okay? And the elsewhere is you. So let me see, let me get What's the Tea. This is a bit blunt, this deck, but let's see if it wants to spit out a bit of, you know, what's going on with the escaping and your commitment. Let's see if we can get a heads up on that before we wrap. Sometimes I think they took the wrong offers, they listened to the wrong people. You told them something wasn't going to work out, or someone was bad for them, or someone was a liar. Anyway, let's see what else we've got. Right, yeah. They have, again, it nails it down a bit more for you. They have a tendency at times to be very limited in their thought patterns, okay? And also this fake flexing cards here. And you know, as said before this came out, that there's something about them taking an offer, a bad offer, or something that was dodgy in some shape or form. Whether that's love dodgy or career dodgy or money dodgy. But they were, like, the little eyes would light up at the thought of, you know, money, anything fancy, anything new. And they have realised that they were running after the golden goose that didn't lay the eggs. So they were quite interested in the eggs, okay, whatever that represents, but they've realised they were wasting their time doing that. And they got drawn into people, not you, other people. And I feel this is where you got stuck in a web. I don't know what that web is. It's like a spider's web. And very quietly and softly, it was kind of wound around you. But they were quick to associate or be with fake people. Fake people, okay? I mean, this can even mean somebody's family, you know. Sometimes people, you know, as they get older, they realise that family isn't all it's cracked up to be. One more, please. And what they'd like to say, really, at the moment is, this is their energy today. Same shit, different day. There you go. They're feeling very stuck. They're feeling very limited. They're just treading water, you know. You know, sometimes we all have periods in life where you're just kind of you're going through the motions of life, but there's not a lot really happening, and you know, maybe there's something else you want to do. It can be anything. Just sometimes if you're stuck in a job you don't like, you know, thinking, well, what shall I do next? They're in that energy now, okay? That is why the dam will break. It will almost be like a tower in the tarot energy. They will drop the ego. They'll drop all the fake stuff, all the falseness, because nobody's you. You have a different energy. And they mistook your kindness and your generosity and your understanding for weakness, and they expected you to break and you haven't. Okay, whereas they're now surrounded with a load of fake ass stuff, and it'll never work. That will never work for them. Okay, they will always circle back to you, always, because it's like once you've tasted heaven, you know, you're in a different league. Okay, you have a very quiet certainty about you that all this glitter and gold doesn't have, and they've realised that. So I feel the energy of them coming in will be quick, like the tower. I feel that whatever they've got will crumble. Okay, I feel whatever they've got will crumble. I'm hearing 7 days, 7 weeks, or the 7th month. Okay, I'm just hearing the number 7, which I don't always. So yeah, something to do with 7 as well. It's got something to do with it. And I've also got a letter S. I don't know where that is coming from. Let's see what else they'd like to say. What else would they like to say? Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. Confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Now that energy, they've been in for a while. Okay, they've been in that energy for a while. But what's happening here is they've just got to a point and they have nothing now left to lose. They need to know. You know, it's almost like that song. I can hear it. It's an old song, but I'm old. Oh gosh, is it? I know it's got a different meaning. But for me, sometimes when I hear it, it just reminds me of that sort of energy. Will you tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree, is it? I'm coming home. Just that sort of thing. They need to know they're going to take that chance. They don't know if you'll ever take them back. Okay, this is your life, you're the creator, you decide. But they want to know, so that I feel that old life will go anyway. All right, I don't feel they will stick at where they are, even if you say no. I feel that they will go in a completely different direction. But definitely, yeah, it could be 7 hours, but definitely a 7. I'm hearing the letter S. Okay, bottom of the deck before we wrap it up is mend. I want to fix our connection. Okay, can you just give me one card? I'm just going to split this deck like this, and then I'm going to take one off the bottom. Yeah, they've been very closed off. Okay, and definitely in the past they were that card. They were the 4 of Pentacles. They were very, it's not a nice energy, because they were very closed down, emotionally avoidant. They could have been tight with money as well, but they kept everything sort of like this, you know, you're not having it, it's mine. And they didn't always want to share, and definitely on an emotional level they became very shut down. But there's a flip to this card as well. It can mean that someone is still wanting you in their control. Now you might say, absolutely no way, Keeley. I've risen like a phoenix for excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Like, maybe you couldn't have your word, maybe you couldn't speak up, maybe you've found your voice, but they were definitely in that energy in the past. It's quite a stingy, closed off, you know, there's no talking to somebody like this. They've got all their stuff, you know, they've got it all around them, and they'll turn their back on whatever they've built to hang on to what they perceive to be theirs as well. So I'm going to leave that with you all. Take good care, and just remember, yeah, you're the phoenix. You're very magnetic, you're very beautiful, you're very gorgeous, okay, and you are the best, and you are the only one. So look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Loads of love. Bye.